Okay, so imagine a perfectly ordered system, right? A sequence of data where everything is exactly where it's supposed to be. But deep inside, there's a single glitch, just one element that breaks the entire pattern. Today, we're going to put on our detective hats and find it, using a classic coding problem as our case file.
All right, let's just jump right in. Look on the left. You've got a perfect system. Every number has a buddy. 2 3s, 2 7s, 2 11s. It's all balanced. Now, look to the right. Something's a little off, isn't it? Can you spot it? Yep, it's that number 10. It's the only one without a pair, and that's our target.
So let's really set the scene for our investigation. You know, every good detective starts with the facts, and our number one fact is this: we are dealing with a system that is supposed to be perfect.
And here it is, our official mission briefing. We're given a sorted array. In this array, every single number shows up as a perfect pair, except for one lone wolf. And our job? Find that single element.
But you know, this isn't just a simple game of spot the difference. There's a catch. There's always a catch, right? There's a set of rules that makes this a real challenge.
So our investigation has two really strict rules. First, it has to be blazing fast. We're talking logarithmic time, which is just a fancy way of saying we need to cut our search area in half with every single step. Just going one by one? Way too slow, not allowed. Second, it has to be super efficient with memory, using constant space. That means we can't just create a new list to help ourselves out. These rules force us to get really, really clever.
So, how in the world do we solve this with our hands tied like that? Well, just like in a good detective story, it all comes down to finding a hidden pattern, a single telltale clue that our glitch leaves behind.
And here it is. This is our first big break in the case. Look closely at the indices, the positions of the numbers. Before our glitch shows up, every single pair of numbers starts on an even index. The 2 3s, they start at index 0. The 2 7s, they start at index 2. See that? It's a perfect, predictable, even-odd rhythm.
But watch what happens the moment our glitch, the number 10, appears. The whole pattern just flips on its head. That pair of 11s, it now starts on an odd index, index 5. That one single element has thrown the entire rhythm of the array off kilter from that point forward.
And this gives us our golden rule. We now have a solid, undeniable clue to find our target. The single element is the very first element sitting at an even index that does not match its buddy to the right. This is the key. This unlocks the whole thing.
Okay, so we've got our clue. Now it's time to bring out our main investigative tool. With this clue in hand, we don't have to search inch by inch. We can be way more strategic. We're going to use a super powerful technique called binary search to follow this clue with maximum efficiency.
The whole idea behind binary search is actually pretty simple, but it's incredibly powerful. Instead of starting at the beginning and checking every single element, we're going to jump right into the middle of the array. And there, we'll ask one simple question. Is our even-odd pattern still intact here, or is it broken? The answer to that one question lets us eliminate half of the suspects in a single go.
So how do we check an element's partner no matter where we land? Well, we use this nifty little bit of programming magic called the XOR operator. See that little caret symbol? That's it. Mid XOR 1 is a universal trick. If our middle index mid is even, say 2, this gives you 3. If mid is odd, say 3, it gives you 2. It always points you to the other index in the pair. Super useful.
So our logic of elimination becomes crystal clear. We jump to the middle, we check it against its partner using our XOR trick. If they match, great. The pattern is normal, everything's fine in this half, so the glitch has to be somewhere to the right. We just throw away the entire left side. But if they don't match, aha, we found the break. The glitch is either this element or somewhere to its left, so we throw away the right side.
Okay, let's actually trace this with our example. We have our array. Our search starts from index 0 all the way to 6. The middle index is 3. We check the number at index 3, which is a 7. Its partner should be at index 3 XOR 1, which is 2. The number at index 2 is also a 7. They match. Perfectly. The pattern here is totally intact.
So because they matched, we know with 100% certainty that our glitch is not in that first half. And just like that, poof, we eliminate half of our array. Our new, much smaller search area is just those last 3 elements.
Now we just repeat the process on this smaller chunk. The middle index here is 5. The element is 11. Its partner should be at index 5 XOR 1, which is index 4. But wait, the number at index 4 is 10. They do not match. We found it. The pattern is broken right here.
Since the pattern broke at this spot, we know our single element must be in this little section. So we discard everything to the right. And, would you look at that? By just repeating this simple check, we've cornered our one and only suspect. And this brings us to the grand finale. After narrowing down our search with, surgical precision, it's time for the big reveal.
This whole process of chopping the search space in half keeps going until our left and right boundaries finally crash into each other. They converge on a single index. At that point, there's only one possibility left, nowhere else to look.
And after all that clever logic, the final step is just beautiful in its simplicity. Once that loop is done, we just return the number at that one single remaining index. That's it. That's the one we've been hunting for all along.
Which, for our investigation, is the number 10. Case closed. Our algorithm found the glitch just as planned.
So, when you think about it, this whole solution really hinged on one core idea: finding an expected pattern and then pinpointing the exact spot where that pattern breaks. It leaves us with a pretty cool question to think about, right? What other glitches out there in data, in software, maybe even in the real world, can we find just by knowing what the rhythm is supposed to be and listening for that one beat?